I don't think people understand what feminism really means, or how it shapes our world. Welcome to Empowered, where we'll journey through the story of feminism, brought to life with claymation. Get ready to see equality, respect, and hope in a whole new way. Let's begin with a simple start. Feminism is the belief that men and women should have equal rights and opportunities in every aspect of life, at home, at work, and in society. It's about fairness, ensuring everyone is treated with respect, dignity, and kindness, regardless of gender. Your gender shouldn't decide what you can or cannot do, or limit your dreams and ambitions. Feminism challenges stereotypes and asks us to see the person, not just the gender. It encourages us to question old ideas and look beyond labels. Imagine a world where everyone is judged by their character, talents, and abilities, not by whether they are a boy or a girl, or by how they look. Feminism is about creating that world where everyone can thrive and feel valued. It's not about women wanting to be better than men or hating men. It's about partnership and mutual respect. It's about everyone reaching their full potential no matter who they are. Feminism is a movement for justice and equality, and it's for everyone, not just women. When we say we are feminists, we're saying we believe in equal chances for all, and that everyone deserves a fair shot. A feminist is simply someone who believes in the social, political, and economic equality of the sexes, and stands up for those values. It's not a complicated concept. It's a basic human right, something everyone should support. We shouldn't be afraid of the word feminism. It's a word that stands for fairness and hope. We should teach it to our children and explain that it's about respect, kindness, and treating others as equals. It's about creating a world where we can all be our true selves, free from judgment or limitation. Feminism celebrates our differences while recognizing our shared humanity and the things that connect us all. It's a journey we all take together, learning and growing side by side. Let's embrace the idea of equality and make it part of our everyday lives. Let's work for a brighter future for everyone, where no one is left behind. Feminism is hope in action, and it's something we can all be a part of. It's about building a better world, hand in hand, step by step. That's the heart of feminism, a world where everyone belongs and everyone matters. The story of feminism has many chapters, each one building on the last, shaping the world we know today. The first big chapter is called the First Wave, which began in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, a time of great change and hope. Back then, women couldn't vote, own property, or have a say in decisions that shaped their lives. Their voices were often ignored, and their dreams limited by laws and traditions. Imagine a game where only half the players make the rules. That was society for women. They watched from the sidelines as others decided their futures. Brave women and men spoke up. They were called suffragettes, and they refused to accept a world where women were silent. They believed women deserved the right to vote, suffrage. They knew that having a voice in government was the first step toward true equality. They organized marches, wrote articles, and gave speeches. Their message spread across countries and continents, inspiring others to join. They faced anger, resistance, and even arrest. Many were ridiculed, threatened, or punished for daring to demand change. But they didn't give up. Every setback made them stronger, and every challenge fueled their determination. Leaders like Susan B. Anthony and Emmeline Pankhurst risked everything for the cause. Their courage lit the way for others to follow. Their courage inspired others to join. The movement grew, fueled by hope and the belief that justice was possible. They proved women were strong, determined citizens who deserved a voice. Their actions showed the world that women could lead, organize, and fight for what was right. After years of struggle, they won. Laws changed, and women gained the right to vote in many countries. It was a victory that echoed around the globe. This was a huge victory, a leap forward for equality. It was proof that ordinary people could change the world. The first wave showed that change is possible when people unite. Together, they broke barriers and made history. It laid the foundation for future progress, paving the way for new generations to dream bigger and reach higher. The suffragettes taught us to never be silent in the face of injustice. Their bravery reminds us to speak up, even when it's hard. Their fight was for their daughters, granddaughters, and all of us. They dreamed of a world where everyone could be heard. They opened the door to equality, making it possible for future generations to walk through. The next generation would walk through it, carrying the torch of progress forward. The story of suffrage is a story of courage and hope, a reminder that change is possible when we work together. It reminds us that every voice matters, and that speaking up can make a difference. The fight for fairness continues, as new generations take up the cause and push for justice. We honor their legacy by using our voices today, voting, and standing up for what is right. Equality is a right, not a privilege. It belongs to everyone, everywhere. The journey began with the vote, but it didn't end there. The story goes on, and each of us is now a part of it. Winning the vote was just the beginning. It was a huge milestone, but it didn't solve everything. Women soon realized that having a voice at the ballot box was only one step toward true equality. The second wave of feminism, starting in the 1960s, saw that equality was still far away. Many women felt frustrated by the limits placed on their lives, and they began to organize and demand more. Women were expected to stay home, had limited career choices, and were paid less for the same work. Even with the right to vote, society still put up barriers that kept women from reaching their full potential. This wave was about more than legal rights. It was about changing culture. Feminists wanted to break down the invisible walls that held women back in everyday life. Feminists challenged ideas about what women could and should do. They questioned old beliefs and encouraged women to imagine new possibilities for themselves. They talked about education, work, and family. Conversations grew about balancing careers and home life, and about the right to make choices for themselves. Books like The Feminine Mystique by Betty Friedan sparked national conversations. These stories helped women see their struggles reflected in others' lives. Women realized they weren't alone in feeling unfulfilled by traditional roles. Together, they found strength in shared experiences and began to support each other. The second wave pushed for new laws against workplace discrimination and opened up universities and professions. Opportunities slowly began to expand. It made people rethink the roles society assigns us. Families and communities started to question old expectations. Feminism became about personal lives, relationships, and dreams. It encouraged women to imagine futures that looked different from the past. The meaning of equality expanded. It grew to include respect, opportunity, and the freedom to define your own life. The fight for fairness happens everywhere, in homes, schools, and offices. Every space became a place for change. The second wave showed that true freedom means the right to choose your own path, no matter what others expect. It was about more than politics. It was about living fully, embracing creativity, and finding joy in new experiences. The movement inspired women to pursue their ambitions. It encouraged them to dream bigger and reach higher. The journey for equality continued to grow, bringing more voices and stories into the movement. The conversation was just getting started, and its echoes are still heard today. Feminism kept evolving. The third wave, starting in the 1990s, recognized that women's experiences are diverse. Earlier waves focused mostly on white, middle-class women. The third wave celebrated diversity and intersectionality, how race, class, and sexuality connect with gender. Feminism became a movement for everyone facing injustice. It embraced choice. You could be a feminist in a business suit or a pink dress. What mattered was your voice and your freedom. The third wave used the internet and social media to spread its message. Hashtags and online campaigns connected people worldwide. Feminism became more personal and accessible. The movement welcomed all stories and identities. It taught us that feminism isn't one story, it's many. Every voice matters. The third wave made feminism a movement for all. It's about being your authentic self. The story of feminism keeps growing. Feminism isn't just for women. It's about fairness for everyone, regardless of gender. Society's strict rules hurt men too, telling them not to show emotion or to always be tough. Feminism challenges these stereotypes. It says it's okay for men to be sensitive, to be caregivers, or to stay at home. Gender equality frees everyone from restrictive roles. When men can express themselves fully, relationships and families are healthier. Gender equality benefits society as a whole. Empowering women unlocks the potential of half the population. Countries with more gender equality are often more prosperous and peaceful. Feminism is a partnership, men and women working together for a better world. It's about supporting each other's dreams. When men stand up for women's rights, they're building a better world for themselves too. Teaching respect benefits everyone. Feminism is a human rights issue that needs all of us. Equality lifts everyone up. Equality begins at home. For too long, housework and childcare were seen as women's responsibility, even if they worked outside the home. In a fair home, chores are shared by everyone. The family is a team. Everyone contributes. Sharing tasks teaches children about partnership and respect. It gives both partners time to pursue their goals and enjoy life. Men can be involved fathers. Women can have careers without guilt. Equal homes are happier homes. It's not just about chores. It's about sharing joy and decision-making. Building equality at home sets an example for the next generation. Fairness at home is the foundation for a fairer world. Schools shape our ideas about what's possible. A feminist approach to education means every child can pursue any subject, regardless of gender. Don't limit girls to certain fields or boys to others. Encourage girls to lead and dream big. Show them role models in history and leadership. Teach boys that kindness and creativity are strengths. Let all children express themselves fully. An equal school is a safe school. No tolerance for bullying or harassment. Teach respect, consent, and healthy relationships. Schools built on fairness raise good citizens. We're preparing a generation to build a more just world. Equality in education benefits everyone. The workplace is a key battleground for equality. Women have faced barriers, denied jobs, promotions, and fair pay. The gender pay gap means women are often paid less for the same work. Feminism fights for equal pay and opportunity. More women in leadership leads to better decisions and innovation. Workplaces should support families. Paid parental leave and flexible schedules help everyone. A feminist workplace is free from harassment and discrimination. Everyone deserves to feel safe and respected at work. Fair workplaces benefit all employees. Equality at work builds stronger companies and societies. The fight for fairness continues in every office and boardroom. Big dreams need equal opportunities. Building a fairer world starts with small choices. We can all be feminists. Change begins in our lives, families, and communities. Challenge stereotypes and use language that uplifts everyone. Teach children their dreams aren't limited by gender. Support each other, celebrate successes, listen, and stand as allies. Support businesses and leaders who value equality. When we act together, our voices are powerful. Feminism is an act of hope, a belief that we can create a more just, compassionate world. It's about love for humanity in all its diversity. This is our shared journey. Let's walk it together, with courage and kindness. Let's build a future where everyone can live authentically. Every small action matters. We should all be feminists.